This is the most bizarre thing I have ever heard or seen. This story I'm going to share with you was captured on a police body cam. This is something else. It's so diminishing and depressing when you watch it, and viewer discretion is advised. Let's dive into the whole story. How a 17 years old girl was locked in the house with a family of 15 siblings. This is something I have ever seen in my life. So terrible and horrible. Let's dive into the whole story.
911 emergency, what are you reporting?
Um, help.
This is 911, do you have an emergency?
I just ran away from home because I live in a family of 15 and we have abusing parents. Did you hear that?
On January 14 of 2018, a 911 call was received from a teenager who fled from parent abuse and seeking refuge for her many siblings. The captor, her own parents. Reporting to the call, a police officer found Jordan Typen, a young woman in distress and only seeking help for her and her family.
I just ran away from home.
Okay.
And I live in a family of 15.
Okay.
My two little sisters right now are chained up.
They're chained up?
Yes,
Where are they chained up at?
on their bed. Now, mother didn't chain them up just to be mean. Okay.
Okay.
They're chained up because they stole mother's food.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sorry if I talk too much. Okay. I've never talked to anybody out there, so I've never been alone with a person, so this is very hard for me to talk.
Immediately, you can see how Jordan is conversing with the police officers, which clearly shows how distressful she was and eager to help her other siblings. Also, she struggled with her words due to her situation, but shockingly, she was 17 years old at that time of the records. She was isolated from the world her entire childhood. Jordan then shows the officers the picture of her siblings chained in the house, and after that, officers then have all the evidence to visit the house. Upon reaching the house, officers give a few knocks and they were not answered until few minutes goes by before David and Louis Stipend finally answered. They looked immediately suspicious. However, forcing their own hand, police immediately discovered the quick and desperate attempt at covering a hideous act of evil. They found a total of 12 more children between the ages of 2 and 29, all skinny and frail with bruises across their arms. It was very apparent that these children had been abused, and after searching their room, police found exactly what was reported. Chains attached to posts of children-sized bunk beds. 3 years, the parents imprisoned, beat and strangled their children, allowing them to eat only once a day and bathe only once a year. The other children appear much younger because of malnourishment. The 29 years old weighed only 82 pounds, and the 12 years old child had an armed circumference equivalent to that of a 4-month-old baby. 3 years, these children were separated from society, forcing their scope of the world to be isolated between themselves and the two evils keeping them captive. There is so much more that goes into this case than described in this video. I encourage all those who want to know more about it to look. Jordan has come out and spoke very publicly about the horrors that occurred in her own home, and after discovering the world at the age of 17.
Put the door down? Yeah. I got a bunch of loose.
On August 16th of 2023, a woman was heard screaming from a busted-out window in Louisville, Kentucky. The police were alerted and after arriving at the scene quickly found that all the entrances to the first floor were completely barricaded. They soon noticed a window crack open on the second floor and after positioning a ladder to reach the opening, discovered something harrowing.
He did what? Is he Hispanic? Where's the key?
A woman was discovered chained by her neck to the floor of the second-story room. However, after not finding any keys, resorted to using hatchets and metal cutter to remove the shackles from her body. After interviewing the woman in distress, it was discovered that she was forced into these chains by 36-year-old Moses May, the man who she shared a child with. It turns out that a verbal argument quickly turned physical between the two, leading May to chop off locks of her hair with machetes and chain her to the room, stating, "I told you the next time you leave and don't come back, I'd kill you." May was arrested just a few days after the rescue and faced multiple charges, some of which being assaulted, kidnapping, and physical harassment.
You mentioned observing the bucket. I guess where in the basement was that located?
As you go down the stairs, if you turn to the immediate right, it was at the bottom of the stairs to the right.
Was it in pretty close proximity to the stairs?
Yes.
After you made that observation, what did you do?
In February of 2022, police were called to investigate a crime scene at a family home. Tyra Pakunik and Steve Hendricks awaited at the door, shocked and confused. They stated that they have found something bloody awaiting them in the basement and have no idea what it could possibly be.
Okay. Did you both see this? I opened the towel, I picked up the towel and dropped it because I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I had bad vision. And she's like, is that what I think? I don't fucking know. That's your problem.
As the police officer shines his light on the object in question, his silence speaks. Lying in a pool of blood bucket was the dismembered head of Shed Tyrants, Tyra's son. After investigation, it was found that the murderer was none other than Shed's own girlfriend, Taylor Business. Reported by Tyler, the murder occurred while under the effect of methamphetamine while having intercourse. She strangled Shade using a chain, violated his dead body, and then chopped him up into multiple pieces before scattering them around his parents' basement. Most parts were hidden. However, police described two body parts being deliberately left for his mother to find. One was Shade's head and the other was what police described as a male organ. Taylor was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole.